Welcome to Weeping Willow Homestead and another What We Eat for Dinner in a Week. In these videos, I show you how I combine inexpensive all-day groceries with food that we are blessed with from the food pantry to make hopefully well-balanced, well-rounded meals. As a family, we generally eat low-carb because my husband and I do for health reasons, and as the sole cook in the house, it is easier for me to make one meal than to try to be a short-order cook, but you will see variations to that, including the pot that you're staring at, and I will explain those as we go. So tonight is actually Tuesday. I did not film yesterday. I took a really hard fall yesterday. I'm okay. But yesterday evening I was just out of it. I was in pain. I was uncomfortable. And I just did not feel like filming. And I did not make any like magical, crazy, amazing food yesterday. The kids had hot dogs and a box of mac and cheese and carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower all cooked together with butter on it. So nothing like major and great. I just had leftovers because we still had leftovers. And like I said, I just did not feel great. Like I said, I'm okay. I'm heavily bruised and yeah. Just one of those where emotionally I was not in an okay place to film. Luckily today I happened to have chiropractor appointment set up for today, so she got me all re-straightened back out. I'm obviously still bruised and a little, my pride is taken down a notch. I was acting like a 20-year-old and got hurt, and I'm not a 20-year-old. Not anymore. My body is definitely not a 20-year-old's anymore. So yeah, I'm okay. Just, yeah. Anyway, so tonight, we are definitely well into a wing it week again. We have made the decision not to go to the grocery store until probably Friday, because schedule and how everything is working out with like my husband being off and not. And we do have a food pantry later on this week, and it was one of those where I didn't want to go to the food pantry after we went to the grocery store. It makes more sense to go beforehand to see what we get from the food pantry and then base some meals and those kind of things off of that. And then like if we get milk at the food pantry, I know not to buy milk. If we get potato chips at the food pantry, which I don't usually buy those, but you know what I mean? Like, if we get something there, then I know not to pick it up from the grocery store. So, like I said, we're into a very much second wing it week. And so I am using what we have on hand. So I had several potatoes that were sprouting, old and shrivelly, and needed used. So this is actually a mix of red potatoes and yellow potatoes and one large white potato. It's what we had. I put those in the bottom of this pot. I just scrubbed them really well. I didn't peel them. Put those in the bottom of the pot and boiled them until they were just about done. Then I threw the sausage and green beans on top. The goal is just to warm those. The sausage is just smoked sausage that I had in the freezer. And then the green beans is a quart of home canned green beans. This is a long time family favorite. We call it sausage, green bean, potato stuff. I know, very fancy name. But, sorry. As I was making this, one of my sons said, oh, whenever I smell that, I think of Mama and Papa's, because Mama makes this a lot of times when we get together because it's a cheap meal for a large group of people. And I said, hey, guess what? Whenever I make this, I think of my Mama and Papa because my Mama used to make this all the time. And I'm pretty sure her Mama probably made it too. This is just one of those like good old country, meals. So the kids will be having this with buttered bread, which is how we always served it. We also a lot of times would do cottage cheese and applesauce on the side as well. I do not have cottage cheese and applesauce. Well, I do have applesauce, but I don't have cottage cheese. So I think we're just going to pass on that. And then for me, we still have a little bit of leftovers from last week, so I'm going to hit those. So, yeah. Thanks for sticking around for a kind of long-winded update on dumb ways to get hurt and sentimental meals. So, that is Monday and Tuesday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Wednesday night, and tonight we are having what is called haystacks. And yes, I know that that's not, this is not what most people think of when they think of haystacks. In my area, the Midwest, haystacks is like a dessert. This was a recipe that was told to me by someone from, she lived in Michigan, but she wasn't originally from there, so I don't know where this came from. She was also a vegetarian, so I think maybe that's played into it, but it is taco salad, but instead of taco meat, you use baked beans or pork and beans, whatever you have. So you do the chips and lettuce, and then you put the baked beans with the juice on top, so it's got like a sauce on it. And then for ours, I have salsa con queso, and then I also grabbed this thing of salsa out of the cabinet because I've got some kids that don't like the salsa con queso because it's a little spicy. So I'm hoping this is like very, very mild because salsa con queso is a medium. So yeah, we'll do that. And then I've got sour cream and shredded cheese. This is a really good one for during the summer, during the warmer months, because you're not even heating up. I don't heat up the baked beans. It's a cold salad rather than like a taco salad. You would still use warm meat. So, for me, because I can't do the baked beans, that is definitely high carb because of the sauce, the beans alone, but the sauce definitely. I will probably cook up a little bit of ground beef, ground pork, or ground turkey, ground deer, whatever I have around. And do that, and I'm probably just going to do it plain because taco seasoning is a little iffy on my stomach. So yeah, we're doing easy dinner. Like I said, we're still working through this. Now, I will say that lettuce is 3 weeks old. That is something that I really like about romaine romaine lettuce, is it keeps way better than any other lettuce does. Like I said, it was getting a little brown on like the tips of the leaves and like one bad spot on it. So, but for being 3 weeks out, yeah, good. All right, so that is a nice, quick, and easy Wednesday dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so the view isn't great, but we're doing make do dinner again. This is the last of a pack of burgers that I had in the freezer. My husband let me know that he was definitely not going to be home tonight. Sometimes he makes it home at random throughout the week, and he kind of lets me know, hey, I might be home on Thursday evening or whatever. And so he was able to say, nope, I'm not going to be home. So there is enough burgers here for me and the kids. So we're going to do these. I pulled out the leftover mac and cheese, the leftover broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots. And I warmed both of those up. We've got buns from the freezer. We've got lettuce and cheese to put on top of these. And yeah, we're gonna do that. Nice, quick, and easy, make it work dinner. I had something else planned for if my husband was going to be home, but I didn't want it. It was spaghetti, and that just didn't sound good. So plans are right now to go to the grocery store in the morning. We did go to the food pantry today. So we'll see whether that happens. We are supposed to get snow tomorrow. They keep fluctuating how much, anywhere from like a little bit up to an inch, which isn't any big deal, but I would not want to be out in it. So definitely tomorrow will be the ideal time to go to the grocery store. We'll see whether that happens. So that is a nice, quick, and easy Thursday night dinner. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Friday night, and Friday night at our house means pizza night. Sometimes that's store-bought, sometimes it's homemade. It is pretty much never takeout because we live too far out for takeout to be delivered. And I can make a whole lot of frozen pizzas for way cheaper than buying takeout pizza. Also, tonight we have like 4 inches of snow, so we wouldn't have been able to get it if we wanted to. So I'm glad I made it to the grocery store today. Tonight we have kind of a cross between homemade and store-bought. This is that take and bake herbed Italian bread, I think is what it said, that we got from the food pantry. I sliced it into 3 pieces so that like there's the top and that's the bottom and then that's the middle. And then I just put pasta sauce and shredded cheese, and then on these 2 pepperoni, I did 1 just cheese because my little one is not a big fan of pepperoni. She says they're spicy. And then I baked that at 400 for about 10-15 minutes until it is the doneness that you like. If you like your cheese a little bit more browned, if you don't, do it a little less. So with that, we have one of the mangoes from Food Pantry. It was ripe, so I cut it up. And then I also cut up the pineapple from the Food Pantry yesterday. A couple of my kiddos, if they eat pineapple, it makes their mouths get sores, like burns their mouth. That's not uncommon with fresh pineapple. They can do canned pineapple, but fresh pineapple is a no. So I definitely wanted to have a second fruit so that they had a different option. They can eat a few pieces of the pineapple, just not a whole lot. And then they are also having a side salad with this as well. Just a small salad in a bowl, nothing fancy. For me, I have no idea. I will come up with something because, like I said, I went to the grocery store today, so there's not a lack of food. I'm just not super hungry because I went to the grocery store and then filmed that. And, oh crap, I still haven't gotten that edited yet. So I'll make sure that that gets edited probably this evening and posted either this evening or tomorrow. So because I was doing that, I didn't eat lunch until like 1:30. So I'm not super hungry, even though it's almost 7. So I don't know. We'll see. Because I also had a snack in there as well. So, all right. Tonight is also the one night a week that we do dessert for sure. So once again, I'm just going to pull out whatever dessert items that we have on hand. We've got those ice cream sandwiches. We've got ice cream. We've got some frozen cheesecakes, some frozen cupcakes. I don't know. I know there's some other stuff. So, yeah, that is Friday night. We'll see you tomorrow. It is Saturday night, and Saturday night I always make a big meal. Sorry, need to turn the oven off. Traditionally, what I grew up having, like Sunday after church, we would always get together with grandparents, great-grandparents. I had a lot of grandparents. And aunts and uncles and cousins and those kind of things on a fairly regular basis and have a big meal. So that's what I do on Saturday night. I clean the whole house and make a big meal. So tonight I did a deer roast and I did the Mississippi pot roast with it. So it is a packet of ranch seasoning and some pepperoncinis and I didn't do a whole stick of butter. The recipe calls for a whole stick of butter, but I did not do a whole stick, probably a half a stick. And I just did that on low all day. And then when it was about a half an hour away from being done, I added in a quart of home-canned, homegrown potatoes to it. Those are already cooked. I just did it to warm them up and to kind of give them some of the flavor of the Mississippi pot roast seasonings. And they're pretty good. They're a little bland. I put some salt on there, so that helped. With that, I did a whole cauliflower. I steamed that in a pan until it was not done, but like halfway cooked. So it was still tender, but it's still slightly crunchy kind of thing. And then I put it in this pan, drizzled it with oil, garlic powder, onion powder, salt, and some herb seasoning, and baked that at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. And then I added on some just cheap Parmesan cheese, like the green shaky bottle, and baked it for another 10 minutes or so just to kind of start that melting and browning. And that smells delicious. And then this is 2 quarts of drained home-canned green beans. And to it, I had about 1/4 cup of like bacon dust left over from the other night. And so I added that, added some oil, air fried it 400 degrees for about a half an hour. And then I, at the end, drizzled on just a little bit of apple cider vinegar to kind of give it a little bit of a, I don't know, like a lighter flavor to it. So I don't know what I was doing. I'm winging it, y'all. I'm winging it. So yeah, nice big dinner. The reason for that is because this is the end of our week of meals. On Sunday, tomorrow, when we get home from church, I pull out all of the leftovers from the week. I lay them out on the counter. We get out plates. The kids get to pick and choose whatever they want. If all they want is vegetables, fine. If all they want is meats, fine. It is all about getting the leftovers used and not having any food wasted at the end of the week. So that's the plan on getting that used. Then Sunday evening, for dinner, I pull out charcuterie board things. So dried fruits, cured meats, cheeses, goat cheese, graham crackers, pickles, yeah, those kind of things. And once again, I just lay all of that out on the counter and let the kids pick and choose whatever they want. And on that night, I even use paper plates because it is my day off. That's the goal with Sundays is we go to church and then the rest of the day is family time, relaxing, just enjoying the day, enjoying each other. When the weather is nice, we go for walks. We will probably end up playing in the snow at some point in time tomorrow because we got a solid 4 inches or so of snow yesterday. We were out playing in it quite a bit today. When the weather is not so warm, we watch YouTube, we'll watch movies. I do knitting and crocheting on that day. We just enjoy the day and rest. So that's kind of our Sundays. Is I especially need that to kind of just recoup and get ready for starting another week. So, all right. So that is our week of meals. I will post any relevant recipes in the show notes. If you have any questions about anything that I have made, please feel free to ask and I will be happy to talk you through it. I am an old school country cook. I season with my heart and wing it on so many things. And generally it turns out okay. I can only remember maybe a handful of times that I have cooked something that we flat out went, that was disgusting and we will never eat that again kind of thing. So yeah, I think that's doing pretty good. I've burnt my fair share of things and but all right. So I am ready to eat. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye and God bless.